What's up, guys? It's Bean. I'm back with my beard. Makes most of the decisions. I can't tell you. So, what is this? It is Bean Saves the World. And really, it's just me complaining about a bunch of stuff in most cases, and probably yelling at traffic. I do a lot of that. But what I'm going to do, probably complain about a topic, give my input on how I would fix that, and we'll see where it goes. Not going to do a ton of editing, not a lot of time. Probably cut out me talking about random nonsense for whatever time I spend doing that. But today, it's kind of a gaming Amazon.com rant. People using the word humbled incorrectly. It drives me nuts. And let's get right into it. So, DayZ, one of my favorite all-time games when it first came out. Standalone, not the mod, never played the mod. Standalone was awesome. You got a great feeling of suspense. It was scary when it first came out. It took a lot of time to loot up, gear up, get ready for that one interaction where you get shot in the face because no one was friendly. But it definitely took a turn when Dean Hall left. You know, we started getting updates like new mushrooms, as if that helped anybody. I mean, that's cool and all, but if you're gonna just make new mushrooms, like, go work on Deer Hunter. So that game has the potential to be a lot more than what it is. It really could get back on track, and I hope it does. I hope they figure it out, because there's so much potential there. There's not a lot like it in the space. Nothing like it really in its realism, as much as you can with a zombie game. But I definitely see there being a lot of potential there. The first thing that I think needs to happen there is Hicks has gotta go. I mean, you got somebody leading development who can't take constructive criticism, doesn't listen to the community, blocks players from interacting with the community, blocks them off the development blog, and people that aren't saying mean things. Like, nobody's, like, I've gone after him a couple times, I'll admit it, and he hasn't blocked me, because I guess I'm not a big enough fish, which is fine. But realistically, you know, we got gamers that really just want to help improve the game and the product that they're making and that they've been working on, and it's been in beta for forever, or alpha for forever, and there's really a lot of input that they're discarding. And you know, one of the things that I would hope would happen with that game is opening it up to modding. Part of the best parts of Arma 3 are user-made mods. You know, the Exile guys, the Epoch guys, they know what they're doing. I would hand the game over to them and just let them run with it, because they make some phenomenal content. They really, really care about it, which you can tell. There's a lot of work and effort that goes into that. So I would love to see that happen. It's just one of the... At this point, Arma 3, despite its optimization issues, is one of the most cohesive early access titles that I've ever played. And it's one of the ones that we keep going back to for hours of just messing about. And you can't do that on DayZ anymore, because it's this week something's missing here, and this week something's missing there, and vehicles are out, and vehicles are in, and now vehicles take a degree from a technical institute to get running again. It's just, there's, you know, there's so many things going on, and they're trying to do so many things that they're making shit just plain shit. And it's fixable. It is so fixable, but they need to get their heads out of their asses. They need to get Hicks off the team, because where he's taking it is, it's gonna die. I mean, just playership as a total for that game has gone from, millions to not millions. And that's a big jump. Even 1 million to 2 million is a huge jump and a huge drop. And they have, like I said, the potential to get back to where they need to be, but it's not there yet. And I really, really hope they figure that out. So that's what I do. Get rid of Hicks, open it up to modding, and just try to make it fun again. It takes too much effort right now, which games shouldn't take effort. Alright, so GTA Online, probably one of the most enjoyable games that is out right now just for fucking around. It's a great game, and the campaign in that game is also phenomenal. So if you haven't played it, do it. It is so worth it. Such an awesome campaign there, and it's long like a campaign should be. I fucking hate these new short campaigns on all these games that are out right now. But realistically, the online, it's somewhat inaccessible in that it takes so much time and so many different intricate actions to make any money. So you've got cars that cost $2 million in game. And of course you can buy the shark cards, but you got to take out a second mortgage just to do that. You have to like send them your kids for ransom for a shark card. It's not feasible to do that. I mean, I've spent more money than I want to think about on shark cards just so I can mess around and have fun and, not care about, I gotta do this or do that, or, restock the supply on this business so that I can get some tiny return in profit. Like, you got a weed grow operation that makes like $7 a day. Like, I've never heard of that, and no one would ever sustain that as a business, and I don't think that works. With that being said, definitely one of the best games that I've played in a long, long time. The big thing I would say is that the pricing in that game needs to be somewhat in the realm of reality, and the rewards in that game need to be somewhat in the range of reality, in that if you've got a successful billion-dollar corporation in there, it needs to give you back more than $3,500 on any given pay period. So there's a lot of potential there, but they've got to change their financial structure. It just does not work in its current form. There's a lot they need to do there, but overall, really fun game. Kind of leads me on to DLC. A lot of games now, especially early access, have DLC, which for the most part is free. I think as a whole, in the PC gaming world at least, in the console gaming world, there's this huge forward push towards, you buy the game and then DLC comes out 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months later. And sometimes they charge as much as a brand new game for additional content that really could have been there from the beginning, and just charge a little bit more for the actual game. But it's not like the old days where you'd play a game, you would unlock more, you'd unlock the next level, you'd progress in somewhat of a steady fashion through an entire game, and by the end of it you say, I've got all this shit now, and then you can go back and replay it and carry all your shit with you. But now it's, you gotta buy this gun, or you gotta buy the skin for this knife, or you gotta do this or that, and it really gets complicated, and games shouldn't be complicated. So there's a lot that can be said there about where the industry is going. I think there's a lot that's left to be desired at this point. And I think really developers need to focus on making what they have the best possible product that they can make. And then if they want to add little things, but the experience should be there from the beginning. And you should be able to, by the end of the game, know who you are and what the game is and how you feel about it, without having to wait for an additional, add-on. You shouldn't have to worry about what's coming next. It should just be like a surprise. It'd be really awesome to see that shift and that DLC, concept go back to where it started, in that here's like a new outfit. You get a new outfit. You already played the game, but you get something, like a little something. If they want to release another game, release another fucking game. I mean, it is what it is. And early access is a little different in that it's always improving, it's always changing, and it could be a completely different game at the end from where you started. But they're not, making you pay a premium for that. And I think that's a big difference, and why I play a lot of early access titles is that with mainstream titles and AAA titles and console titles, you just don't get the full experience unless you shell out 3 times as much as you would for a game initially. So I think there's a lot to be said there, and that early access is definitely doing it right in maintaining and supporting the user experience over time. And I think that's a nice shift from what we've been used to for the past couple of years with things like Watch Dogs, where the game kind of was alright, but then they added another thing to it that explained more about some other random shit, and made you pay a premium for that, or these season passes, which drive me absolutely fucking nuts. I don't fucking buy them. There's nothing in there worth it. But yeah, that's that. What's up, guys? It's Bean. I'm back. Just left work. That was a lot of fun. I'm a time wizard, so that's why it's nighttime. You're welcome. Getting back into it, I want to talk a little bit more about early access games, where they're going as a whole, it looks like, and kind of how the community is seeing them. I think there's a lot of games that come out right now that they hype them up beyond belief, and then they kind of go away, and it sucks because a lot of them really have a ton of potential. Honestly, one that only got a little bit of airtime that I'm hoping people get into is Astroneer, one of the most fun games that I've played in a long time. I definitely recommend it if you get a chance, go play it. But games like that, I mean, they came out, people played them for like 12 minutes, and then it was just kind of bad. One thing I'd say is there's a lot of games that are overhyped right now. Conan was one of them. I mean, I love boobies. I love to see them in video games, but why did that have to be the game that has boobies in it? Because the rest of it is lost on me. It needs a direction, it needs a storyline, it needs something. It drives me nuts. Another one, Battlegrounds. It was kind of fun, but honestly, I think one of the things that turned me off of Battlegrounds is it's a lot like what DayZ was when it first came out. A lot of looting, a lot of trying to
find stuff that you can use to kill somebody else with, and then starting all over again. And it's just not my type of game in that aspect. I really like, not role-playing games or anything like that, but I love finding your place in a game and surviving in a game, and being able to really fight off whatever comes after you. So again, one of the reasons I get so pissed off with DayZ is that it's got no direction, it has no purpose at this point, and it just takes too much effort. And I felt the same way with Battlegrounds. It's fun, but for a certain period of time. With that being said, I hope Survive the Nights comes out. I saw a video a while ago, years ago now, when that was just being announced, and still to this day I don't think it's out. But that one always seemed really, really cool. I think they got the crafting mechanics, done correctly. The locking of houses, the powering of houses, the powering of cars. I think that was all done really well, even in the pre-production stuff. And I'd love to see that one come back. But really, I mean, it's a lot of that same stuff that games come out and they're just not there yet. And I know it's early access, but I think there's a lot more potential there than, the developers will bring it out and just improve upon what they brought out and not actually create the rest of the game. And it'll be, whatever people like right at the beginning, they'll just focus on that. And I think that destroys a lot of these games as they get old very, very quickly, because they're not fleshed out. There's no, there's no reward at the end of the day. I mean, I don't need a chicken dinner, whatever that is. So I don't know. I think there's a lot more that we can be doing with games. I think there's a lot more that I wish there was more community involvement in the development of games, because at the end of the day, we're the ones buying them. We're the ones putting our money on the line for these things to even continue to be made. And I wish more developers were open to that. Again, I kind of go back to Astroneer, but I know they're super, super responsive to the community. They, right when you open the game, they're like, hey, give us feedback. And I think more games should be like that. So hopefully we'll see the community and the developers kind of work together a little more in the future. Again, I'll go back to it. Hicks needs to be out of there because that dude's an asshole. But aside from that, yeah, that's that. Let's talk about using the word humble. Not game related, but a lot of streamers, I see it happen. A lot of politicians, I see it happen. A lot of public figures, I see it happen. People are like, oh, I'm so humbled. It's like, I'm not sure you know what that means. Like getting a lot of support from, viewers and subscribers and people in the comments, like that shouldn't humble you. Shouldn't set you back a few steps. So everybody, not trying to be a dick, but look it up. It's not what you think it is. Let's all start using that correctly. Aside from that, I know this first vlog was a little long, a little crazy, a little all over the place. I promise they will be more structured going forward. They will get better, but give me some time. Getting back in front of the camera is a little weird after 2.5, 3 years almost of not being on a webcam or in front of the camera or having that much of a presence online, but it will get there. Hopefully this camera will work, or the phone will work for the time I need it to, until I get a better camera going, and hopefully again back into streaming. If you guys liked it or want more, or want me to cover a particular topic or rant about some random bullshit that you guys think of, let me know in the comments. Again, subscribe, hit that little fucking bell thing that nobody ever hits because it's annoying. And Twitch, Twitter, and Patreon are down in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.